So my athlete came by today with her son. Um, Spent a little time with me. I haven't seen her in a while. Um, so she asked me a question that threw me for a second, and she asked me like, would I ever be in a relationship with a single mother? I said, well, why you ask such a question? She said, well, I'm a single mother. I'm not talking what she wasn't talking about dating me, being in a relationship with me, but she was like, I'm a single mother, and you know, I'm finding it really hard to, you know, meet somebody nice that's in a relation that I could get in a relationship with. A lot of these guys out here ain't really doing much and with their lives, and they ain't really all they want to do is have sex with me and stuff like that. So I say, look, um, I personally don't have an issue being in a relationship with a single mother. Um, my mother was a single mother when she met my stepfather, and they've been married for like 30 some years, 37, 38 years, something like that, a long ass time. So I say, and I have a really good relationship with my stepfather. So no, I don't really have an issue being in a relationship with a single mother. Um, but I would prefer to be in a relationship with a single woman over a single mother because a lot of times, uh, at least the women I've encountered, the single mothers I've encountered, still come with an attitude of entitlement that I just don't want to deal with. They feel like, well, they have these kids, um, but they're still entitled in a way as though um, they're not bringing extra baggage to the relationship. And when I say extra baggage, I'm not talking about a child, because the work I do, most of the children in a relation that's involved with me that I take care of, the children are rarely ever an issue. It's usually the children's family that's the issue. So, say for instance, you're in a relationship with me, or want to be in a relationship with me, I have to take into account if you approach me in an entitled way, and what kind of baggage is coming with this child from his paternal family, and do I want to really deal with that? Is that something I can deal with? And I have to be honest, I've never really encountered a lot of single mothers that brings anything different to the table, to the relationship, that a single woman doesn't already bring. As a matter of fact, they're bringing along the extra baggage, which is the child's family, father's family, that comes with that. And most of the times, I really don't want to deal with that. So she asked, she say, well, if I were to get involved in a relationship, she's talking about herself, you know, you know, my man wouldn't have to deal with a whole lot of things from my son's father. He's not really around. I say, yeah, that's true. Um, but what do you offer this man that a single woman doesn't have to offer? You got to keep in mind, you're coming to him with a child, and you know, especially I'm assuming you're looking for a stable guy. You're looking for someone that you could possibly marry one day, right? Um, you know, she said, yeah. I said, look, all right, I've known you since you're like 11, right? You're what, 23, 24 now? She said, yeah, I'm 20. She said she was 24. I said, okay, look, the child's father, what's going on with him? Because I've seen him a couple of times, but I don't really know him. Say, well, hey, we were young. He didn't really have no. He wasn't really doing anything. He wasn't about nothing, just hanging out and stuff. I said, well, you know, look, you were young. He was young. You did some stupid things, and it was stupid because I remember talking to you about that a few years ago. You say you got it covered and all that stuff. And look, now we're here having a conversation um, concerning your future. I say so. I'm assuming you understand what I was trying to say a couple of years ago when you start hanging out with this guy, right? and hang with these people in the streets. So I'm asking you, now that you're aware of what you're more aware of what you're looking for, you're a single mother, what can you bring to a relationship? Um, do you find do you still feel entitled to certain things? I know you back then you used to talk about this long list of stuff you want from a guy, and yet you ended up with a bum and a gutter rat. That's what I say. She laughed, say, "Yeah, yeah, I did. I should have listened, but obviously, kids." But anyway, she said, "Well, I'm in college. I have a job. Um, I ain't got no problems. Taking care of a man." I say, "But taking care of him in what way?" Yeah, you're in college. That's great. But if you're looking for a stable man that has the resources and the mindset of taking on a child, especially if he doesn't have any children of his own, how do you go about presenting yourself in a way that um, sets you apart and above all the rest of single women that's out there? How do you go about doing that? And what are you currently doing? Outside of that, you go into college and you have a job. Yeah, the second income might be helpful because chances are, the man you'll probably around would be like a blue collar guy, a 9 to 5 type job, making maybe $35,000 a year. Um, is all that okay with you? She said, yeah, I ain't got no problem with that, and I don't mind, making some bills, but she said, I really don't understand what you mean. I say, okay. Um, as a mother, you're already a mother, right? To be a wife and you have a family to take care of. One of the roles of a mother is to provide, is to nurture the family, and one of the ways to do that is to provide um, food, nutritious food. And I see you brought your son some fast food there, and feeding him that garbage, right? What are you doing to prepare yourself, um, using that as an example to so when that guy comes along, you're ready to go. As a wife, you can present yourself in a way that you're showing more than most of these single girls out here, women out here is running, either running the streets or also looking to settle down. What can you bring that they can't? What are you preparing for? I say, look, when we was training to fight, I was training you all to fight, and we always say you got to stay prepared. So when these fights come up, you're ready to go. You're already in shape. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You just show up and handle your business. It's the same thing you got to apply to this. How are you preparing yourself to be in a relationship with a hardworking man, blue collar man that is willing to take you on and your child, where he doesn't have to deal with a whole lot of the baggage that comes with your son, and your son not being the baggage, because again, most of the kids that I deal with, the kids have never been the issue. It's always the parents and the family members. He has paternal family members that your future husband will have to deal with. Um, so you have he had and regard like it or not, the moment he accepts you, he accepts your son. And the moment that you all get to start a family together, your son is part of his family as well. But he has to deal with the baggage of that child's father and the child's paternal family. What? How do you prepare so when such a man comes along that's attracted to you because you're clearly a beautiful girl, young woman, but you're also a mother. You're clearly attractive. You stay in shape. I see you take care of yourself for now. But I know you eat junk food too. So go ahead and holla. So she say, well, I know how to make a few things. I say, look, cooking is just one example, right? Can you make when you become a wife, the literal meaning of a wife, the original meaning of the wife is that you are now the home, his home, um, right? So would you be able to bring a level of peace that a single woman wouldn't be able to bring, which includes the nurturing effect of a wife, which is to provide nutritious meals so he can go out and continue working in his blue collar job, and your children, if you have kids with him as well, can be nourished with the proper food so they can grow up to be healthy, where they can perform. It allows them to perform better, to grow. And it's not that he, as a man, wouldn't contribute to the education of your kids, your current son, and any kids you have with him. Obviously, he's gonna contribute to that as well. But it's primarily the woman that takes care of the nutrition, the nutritional growth and development and the health of a family. I mean, you've known me for years. You've even talked to me about going to the doctor a few times because I always avoid a doctor. And she said, "Yeah, yeah, I understand women, tend to do that, and I've done that with you." And I say, "Okay, so it's not like we're putting you." I know the last time we spoke about something like this, you were talking about, not being a slave and stuff to no man. I say, but but in a sense, you became something like that because you gave yourself and your womb to a man, a young man that was doing nothing with his life. You knew it. I knew it. We spoke about that before. Yet you still went on and did that, and now you're facing the consequences that come with that. Um, are you humbled in a sense that do you feel entitled that the next man has to have this long laundry list of things that he needs to meet, beyond the few things that you mentioned? She said, "No, not really. I don't really need a whole lot." I say, "Well, if that's the case, you need to start preparing now. So, say you encounter such a man, um, you will be ready and equipped to show this guy that despite the fact that you're a mother, you're able to, be a good wife and you can be a peaceful home to that man." You say, so, I mean, I could teach you to cook a few things, but, you know, you should start look at some of these YouTube videos on how to cook certain meals and things like that. Just stuff that you could start preparing for your son rather than feeding him that garbage you gave him. Um, as a start, start taking care of your partner where you live. Make sure you're keeping it clean. Keep a routine going where you're working on maintaining that place while, you know plus going to work. You're going to college too, but when that man comes along, if for some reason he's stable enough, you'll have to be able to sacrifice certain things. Maybe it'll be the college, or maybe it would be your job. Something will have to give in order for you to provide, that wifely, um, helpmate duty to this man. She said, "Yeah, I understand all that." And I say, "Okay, well, go ahead and try that." So that was really the conversation I had with her. What do you guys think? Put it in the comment section down below. If you have something to add to it, go ahead and add it. Like and subscribe. I really look forward to hearing what you'll have to say on this matter. But yes, I don't have a problem being in a relationship with a single mother, as long as she doesn't come to me or approach me in a way, with an entitled attitude, um, that without any credentials to back that up. Besides just saying, "Well, I'm this and that, I'm cute, and you have to accept me and my son." And if she comes with a negative attitude where she will want to like emasculate me in a way, um, to try and guilt me into help taking care of her, taking her on as in a relationship as well as a son. Um, no. A lot of women that I've encountered is really what, a lot of times they come with that level of entitlement as though they single, motherless, women. And they're still coming unequipped with anything that makes them attractive to me. And of course, the attitude is a complete turn off. I don't even give them enough time to really beyond that, because you come approach me with such an attitude, I don't want to know anything of what else you have to offer. Because if I got to live with that attitude for the rest of my life, I'd rather live and die alone. Y'all have a good day.